When I first started the apprenticeship with Crystal, I couldn't have asked for anyone who I would have enjoyed to work with more. I felt this responsibility to be a better teacher. And also through that, it helped me to reconnect with the basics and the foundations. As far as like the bomba experience for me, this definitely has to be a highlight for me. Drums are extremely important, but somebody playing drums alone is not bomba. It's a whole, everybody plays a part, but it's a whole. So you need at least two drums. One is called the buleador, which is the follower or sets the base of the rhythm. One drum is the primo drum or the subidor, and his job or her job is to be the improviser, but more importantly is to have a communication with a single dancer. There's another instrument called the qua, which are two sticks. Then you have a maraca, and bomba is a single maraca, and that maraca is generally played by the singer, the lead singer. There's a singer, and then there's a chorus. So all these elements combined make bomba. I was born and raised in New York City, in the Bronx. Grew up through the 60s, listening to, I guess, what could be considered the birth of salsa music. So I grew up with music all my life, a lot of percussion, played a lot in the streets, in parks. So music was always a part of my life, in particular percussion.
I had a little bit of a different experience coming up and staying connected with my culture. My dad was in the Navy, so although I was born on the island in Bayamon, about a year after I was born, we started moving around. But all throughout growing up, it was very important for both my mom and my dad that my sister and I stay very connected with our culture, our language, everything. Music was always very easy as an access point. It's just one of those things that's universal. My dad was one of the starting members of Los Hijos de Plena. So I, for a long time, had exposure to plena. It wasn't really until a little later that we started adding bomba to the repertoire. Around the time that I was in high school and going into college even, he started adding bomba to Los Hijos de Plena, and that's when JB came into our lives. I've been playing bomba, but in the role of playing qua for about 10 years at this point, which is more of like a anchoring responsibility. My job is to keep everyone else on the same consistent beat. But in the past almost year at this point of shifting positions to play primo, it's the complete opposite. I need to be very tuned in with what the dancer is doing.
The most essential critical piece is the conversation and the communication between the dancer and the lead drummer. In that moment that you're connecting with that person who comes out, nothing else matters. It is a truly dynamic, one-of-a-kind experience to be able to have a conversation with someone through bomba. That to me is like the essence of bomba. Bomba is the original music of Puerto Rico, and it was started in Puerto Rico by the enslaved Africans that were brought to Puerto Rico to work on the sugar plantations. And so bomba itself is a resistance call. It's a call to uprising. It's a call to cleanse yourself. Understanding the incredible hardship that the slaves were living under, one can understand where music is something that is an expression of oneself, of the people, the tribe, or the country that you're from.
Even though bomba is rooted in history, it's something that continues to live and evolve and grow. Anytime that anything is happening in history, there's somebody writing a song about it. When Hurricane Maria hit, my mom was up late at night writing a song in response and reaction to it. And that's part of our repertoire now. This is a craft of storytelling. When you have people coming together and not only playing the song and going through the motions, but understanding the meaning behind the song, it really connects you and almost transports you. You may forget you're in Maryland for a moment and just live in whatever that song is taking you to.
And even though it's only been, I guess, a year in the program, this is a lifelong journey. I'm just glad that Crystal and I got to get to know each other better as well. You know, because you get to know somebody once once you're in the trenches with them. It's been a beautiful experience.
Oh, we got this. I've definitely been practicing with my sister and my dad, and every now and then I'll say something, and they're like, "You sound like JB."